In this video I will be explaining everything you need to know about Zapdos in Pokemon Unite, so let's begin. So Zapdos, the infamous bad boy. This legendary bird will spawn at 200 at the center of the map. It does not respawn, and if your team is able to secure Zapdos, whoever makes the last hit will get 30 points and the whole team will get 20 points each. Zapdos grants a buff that lets your team instantly score to any of the enemy's opposing goals, and you also want to keep in mind when the time is 200 or less, any points your team will score will be doubled. So in most games, taking out Zapdos is really great way to secure the victory. But first I want to talk about the Zapdos encounter itself. Okay, so at 2:30 you can see on the minimap at the center, you can see the timer that Zapdos is about to spawn, and when that 2-minute timer hits, it will also affect these wild Pokemon. Corphish, they will evolve into Crowdown. Also, if the Lillipup is still there for the memes, it will also evolve the Herdier. Zapdos has 4 different attacks. First there is the forward lightning strike, which you can dodge by moving. Then there is the AoE shockwave. After a certain delay, if Pokemon are close to Zapdos, they will take damage and also get knocked up in the air. Third attack is this homing electro ball that isn't dodgeable by moving, but with abilities like Cinderace's feint, you can still dodge. And the fourth ability is this raining thunder that will continuously hit lightning strikes to Zapdos area up to 5 times. And after taking a more in-depth look, Zapdos has 7 attack pattern. So first Zapdos does the forward lightning strike, then it follows up with the AoE shockwave with knockup. The third attack is another forward lightning strike, fourth attack is homing electro ball, and fifth attack is the raining thunder with 5 hits. Then another forward attack, and last homing electro ball. And after this cycle is completed, it will start from the beginning. So to ensure a better fight in Zapdos, you want to try memorize this pattern so you won't get easily caught in Zapdos shenanigans. You also want to keep in mind, once Zapdos has been started, it will regenerate its HP if the combat ends. Also the top part here, the barrier, is gonna get closed at 200. You can also auto-attack Zapdos around the circle with ranged characters like Cinderace, and abilities like Feint. You can dodge all of the Zapdos abilities, so you don't just want to stand still and just mash buttons, you want to be on the move all the time. If you have 50 balls, the max amount, and you're getting the last hit, you won't be getting any extra balls. The balls will be remaining on the ground for someone else to pick up, whether it's the enemy teammates or your ally teammates. So that pretty much covers the Zapdos fight itself. So how do you know when you want to take Zapdos or not? When the 2-minute mark hits, you will get the score notification at the top center of the screen. If it says it's a close battle, you and the enemy team have 0 to 20 difference in points. We're in the lead means that your team has 21 to 99 points lead. We're struggling to keep up means that you're 29 to 99 points behind. We have a huge lead means that your team is over 100 points ahead, and we're really struggling means that your team is over 100 points behind. So if it's a close battle, we're in the lead, we're struggling to keep up, or if you're really struggling, you might want to consider taking down Zapdos. But with a huge lead, it might not be necessary to do so. I'll get to those examples and strategies later on. Now I want to talk about stealing Zapdos. Sometimes you're in a situation that both teams are going for the Zapdos and you want to try ensure that last hit so your team will get the Zapdos. There are countless ways you can try to steal the Zapdos. Even with Eldegoss, I've seen a Zapdos steal, so anything is pretty much possible. But the key is the timing. The timing of that final attack will really determine the winner. Sometimes it's an even fight, but there are also situations that the enemy is taking Zapdos and they have someone like Wigglytuff zoning your team from even getting to the pit, so you have to approach more sneakily if you want to go for that last hit, like in this Greninja clip, total outplay. You also want to keep in mind that the Ludicolo buff increases the damage on the wild Pokemon, so having that buff when trying to last hit Zapdos will help a lot. And also the battle item Fluffy Tail increases damage dealt to wild Pokemon, so certain Pokemon like Talonflame could utilize using that, and in terms of stealing Zapdos, it can also help you to secure it. But this one really comes down to trial and error. Sometimes you have opportunities to steal the Zapdos, sometimes you lose the team fight on Zapdos and it's just gone, but stealing Zapdos and winning the game that way is definitely a good option to think about. I also want to quickly talk about scoring prioritization. Now what the hell is that? So when you do get the Zapdos, you want to think about how many remaining goals are there and what teammates do you have with you. Like in this clip, we secured the Zapdos, I have Mr. Mime behind me, and I know that Mr. Mime's mobility isn't as good as Machamp's. Instead of me going for the first goal here, I let Mr. Mime depot cause my character is much more mobile and I can just go to the middle goal and get the points there. This is important because a small mistake like this can even lose you the match. Imagine if the Mime died there and I only scored that 100 points. That could be the determining factor between winning and losing, so definitely keep in mind that who wants to score and where, and obviously you want to split up and down if the enemy has multiple goals available. Now for the last part, I want to show some gameplay examples around Zapdos and explain why certain play was successful or if a certain play was bad in our end, so you hopefully won't be doing the same mistakes and take this as a learning lesson. So the fight starts around Zapdos. At the beginning this looks kinda good because we got 2 picks. 3 picks now. 2 of our players are coming back, but they have people respawning as well. They got that menacing guard jump, so I have to be really careful with A9. Just go away, wait, no. They're gonna pick me up, and both are going for the Zapdos. So I call this a half risky play. The goals were even, so we had to go for the Zapdos. But finding that balance between getting rid of the enemy players first, then go for the Zapdos is the optimal choice. But sometimes you have to go for this coin flip situation and just try to steal it for your team. Here in this clip it says that we're struggling to keep up, it's only 1 minute remaining. You can see from the goals that we're behind and I'm just gonna get picked off immediately. I had to go for that Zapdos because we need it in this clip and Zeraora was able to steal it. So even though sometimes it might feel dumb, just go Zapdos and die, there are situations you need to lead the team to commit and have that last shot to win the game. So in this clip the enemy got the Zapdos, so what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to get this Gengar and I will with the boosted auto attack from A9. That's great, that's cool and all, but you want to keep in mind since they have that instant scoring up, it's really difficult to try stop this full HP Lucario for example. So I overcommitted by defending here. I still had 24 balls on me, so after that Gengar pick, since Gengar was squishy and easy to just pick off, I could try to go make a score myself and try to even out the points towards the end, because not every game if enemy gets the Zapdos, it's not automatically lose. Most of the times the one that gets the Zapdos wins, but it's not every single game. So here we have a last resort. You can see the goals, we're so behind. I went for this last attempt. I died at the Zapdos. I couldn't steal it, but why not give it a try? I mean, we were so losing anyway, so just go for it. So in this clip I'm playing as Gardevoir and we're gonna get the Zapdos, and I know Gardevoir has a great zoning tool, so I'm waiting with this Unite move. I'm gonna get the Blissey as well as Cinderace, so that will help my team to secure the Zapdos. The problem here is that too many people came for the zoning, although we're still able to secure it, so that's nice, but only 1, maybe 2 people go for that zoning to prevent enemy for entering the pit, not the whole team, or else the Zapdos will reset. And the last example clip is that we're playing too safe. We are leading in this point, but the problem is that since we're playing this too safe around the Zapdos, Garchomp was able to score at the bottom, which is a terrible thing because it's doubled at this point in the game. And look at the bottom again, Zeraora is going for that score. Is Cramorant gonna make it? No, he's not gonna make it. This fight around the Zapdos is just too slow, man. So we still get the Zapdos, but it's too late, man. It's too late. Look at the score. What a throw, don't do that. So yeah, that covers up the Zapdos video, everything that you need to know. If I happen to miss something, please do not hesitate to comment below, so I will be adding a pinned comment and those little pieces of information. But my mission here was to be as informative as possible, and I hope you guys were able to find something useful out of this video. If you found this video enjoyable, a thumbs up will be appreciated. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Hepodix and I hope you have a wonderful day.